Welcome, class. Today we're going to continue our study of geography and maps. Today we're learning about map grids. Now, sometimes a map has a vertical or a horizontal line running through it. These lines divide a map into small equal squares to help making locating places easier, like this hospital or this police station. You'll notice numbers along the side and along the bottom that help us locate things on the map. These numbers, when we put them together, are called coordinates. We use coordinates to locate a place on a map. Now, when referencing a location on a map, you should list the number running horizontally first. Remember, horizontal means left to right, like the horizon. And that number tells us how far east or how far west something is. We have our compass rose here. Just to remind you, east and west is left and right on this map. And we usually write that number, we always write that number down first. So that left to right number is written down first. The horizontal is written down first. We list the number running vertically second. Remember, a vertical line runs up and down. That's vertical. And this tells us how far north or how far south something is. Just if you look again at our compass rose here, you'll see north and south runs up and down. All right, and we separate these two numbers with a comma, as you can see here. Now, let's try this out with an example. So let's start by trying to locate the school with coordinates. What coordinates are the school at? So first, find the school on the map here. And remember, we list the horizontal coordinates first. These ones down here first. So let's go straight to the bottom here and figure out what coordinate it's at. It's this green number at the bottom here. It is 3. So first we would write a 3 down here, and you see up here we have written 3 first, and then a comma. Go back to the school. How far north or south is the school? To find that, let's go over to the side here to look at these vertical coordinates. If we go over to the side here, we see that the school is located at 3. So we'd write that down as the second number in this ordered pair up here, this pair of numbers up here. So we can say that this the school is located at 3, 3. That's the coordinate for the school. Now, in the first work you're going to try out this week, we're going to go ahead and locate some different places around this little town on this simple map. I've created a very simple map here for you to work with. And we have a key here, or a legend. We talked about that the past couple weeks. It tells you what the different buildings are. And below that, we have some spaces to write down these locations. For example, I already found the library for you here. Again, remember, we find what is it we're looking for. The first one is a library. I find the library, and first I go down to find that horizontal coordinate, that first coordinate. Remember, coordinates are what we call these numbers to find a location. And the first coordinate is a 1, so here we write a 1. Then I go over to find the vertical coordinate, north and south, and it is 3. So I write a 3 down here. So you're going to go ahead and locate these other buildings and write their locations in the space below. For example, maybe I'm going to try to locate the school next. Now, I showed you that just a moment ago. So what do you think, or do you remember what the location is of that school, what the coordinates were? Well, see if you can figure it out on your own here. Take a look. Remember to start going down first and then over second. All right, let's give it a try. So the school is located at 3, so I'm going to go ahead and write a 3 first. And then I'll go over, and so the second number is also a 3. It's just an example. You'll go ahead and finish up this work on your own. And we have got a couple other pretty cool things for you to practice here as well. In this work, you're going to follow directions. You'll start with a location, for example, the post office. Post office is right here. And I give you a couple directions. Go 3 blocks east and 1 block north. So again, use this compass rose here. That's going to help you remember what direction east is and what direction north is. And each of these squares on this map represents 1 block. So for this first one, start at the post office here, go 3 blocks east, 1, 2, 3, and 1 block north. Let's see here, that would be 1, 2, 3, and then 1 block north. Whoop, up here we go. And that would be the city park. So we'll go ahead and record that in this space here. You can either use the typing function or you can write it in. Either way will work. All right. Next up, this really cool map of St. Paul, full of tons of landmarks of St. Paul. For this one, I give you the coordinates, and it's your job to try to find out what landmark is located at that coordinate. So here's a coordinate. Remember, a coordinate is it's a pair of numbers that tell you the location. And remember that we always start with these green numbers first, the horizontal numbers first. So if the first number is 6, that means I'm going to start with the green numbers first, 6. The second number is also 6. That means I'm going to go up to 6. So on this map, that would be starting here at 6, and then going up to 6. And I will look at what landmark is at that coordinate. So I'm putting these two numbers together to find a landmark. And you'll record your answer down here on this space. This space down here. All right. And a couple more things for you to practice this week as well. There's that space there where you'll write down what you saw at that coordinate, what landmark was there. This work is really cool. For this work, you're going to create your own map grid. I've collected some symbols here of things that are sort of significant and important to Minnesota and Minnesota history. We've got a symbol here for Prince, one of our most famous musicians in Minnesota history, one of my favorite musicians. A lady slipper, a very rare orchid, a flower that grows in Minnesota here up north, really all over Minnesota. The Minnesota Lynx, our WNBA team, one of Minnesota's best, arguably Minnesota's best sports team. The walleye, our state fish, one of my favorite fish to catch and eat. The Split Rock Lighthouse, a really cool historical landmark up here on the North Shore. The monarch butterfly, which migrates through Minnesota on its way to Canada and back down all the way to Mexico every year. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, Lake Bday-Makaska, which is one of my favorite places to go in Minneapolis. And just kind of one of the most popular destinations, especially in the summer, for hanging out, sailing, and going on the beach. Our state capital. And of course, our state bird, the loon. Now, you might want to do a little research and find out, and it might just be a matter of looking on Google or asking someone in your household. This is a fun thing to work on with your parents. Where would I find these symbols? Where might these things be found in Minnesota? A really fun thing to research and look up. And if you're not sure, well, that's okay too. You're just going to grab these symbols and drag them over. And if you just want to place them on Minnesota, that's fine too, because they're important to us no matter where we live in Minnesota. And once you've done that, you're going to write down what coordinate did you place it at. So if I were to take the Prince symbol here, let's see if I'm able to do this easily. If I were to take the Prince symbol and put it over here, let's see here, I'm going to put it right there. Then I would say that I've put it at, remember I always do the green numbers first, the horizontal numbers first. It's at 5. And then I go over 6. I would say that I put the Prince symbol at 5, 6. That's the coordinate of my print symbol there. All right, well, that's the work for this week. It's really fun map work. I can't wait to see what everybody creates and how you do. Let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, just have fun with this work. Have fun finding your way around Minnesota.